Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the PAX Prime Showdown here in Seattle, Washington. Golden Boy and Ghostiami here as we're going to be calling the winner bracket final. VwS facing off against Excellence. I am so excited for this game.
I'm so pumped. I'm glad I got to come back and cast a match as awesome as this one.
That's right, buddy. Always.
Oh, and with you, it's going to be a fun time.
With the sugary fist bump. Not the salty, the sugary fist bump.
It's very sugary.
So sweet. All right, well, with that being said, we're waiting for this one to get started up. I believe all the players are almost good to go.
Yeah, they're looking like it.
I believe there was also some changes as well to what we're doing for the rulings.
Okay.
Or I should say for the game types, apologies. That's part of the reason why we were delayed a little bit. So we have opted to switch out Sanctuary CTF and bring in Sanctuary Team Snipers for game number 2.
Okay.
Game 3 still will be Lockout King of the Hill, as well as following the 2 Team Slayers into Sanctuary and Ascension. So that has changed, but we've switched out CTF, a little variety into the tournament here. All the players were cool with it. ESL refs had all, I guess, worked together on this one.
Plus, Snipers is pretty entertaining. I mean, I remember back in, I believe it was only the 2005 and 06
I didn't get to watch those days,
but
I heard that
man,
they
were epic. I mean, just the angles, right? It's a completely different game type. You have all these players that just, it's passive, but at the same time, there are so many moments of just hecticness, right? Because the spawns, you have that 50-yard line, so to speak, with the ring structure. So when players can finally push out, you'll see a lot of defensive approaches. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be a little standoff in the beginning. Yeah. But once you get a couple kills, people start advancing, and then people start spawning behind them, and it just causes chaos, man. But the snipes are freaking nuts, man.
Well, this is what cracks me up about this is I was worried about Team Snipers going into Gamescom because I never casted that game type. I actually had never seen it, from back in the day. As Bravo was saying, it was an old school game type. And what I find interesting was it was a lot quicker than I would have imagined. I thought it would have been very standoffish. We probably would have worn out all the minutes on the clock, but no. These guys were just going at it, and with these 2 teams, these 8 players, I could totally see this being a thing.
Yeah, I mean, however, at the same time, you also have to pay homage to some of the history that these guys have. Such a strong side, very well-renowned Halo 2 player, as well as Pistola. Now, he was really more of like a top 24 guy back in the 4v4s down in those early seasons. However, he was an amazing free-for-all player, so I know he's still pretty good Halo 2 guy, right? And then you kick it down below, and you have 2 of the biggest veterans of all time, Nated and Legit, on Storm Ventures and on Perfect Storm. There's so many things that they've done together. So, with that said, what I want to say is just that those guys, I expect to play a little bit more cautious because they know how well you can be punished if you just, you take a chance. So, but at the same time, like you said, I did watch a couple of those games there at Gamescom. And they were awesome and very, very exciting. The angles are just snipe down and can't wait.
I'm really, really pumped for this one, of course. So we're going to wait for this one to kick off. I think we're just waiting on Pistola to join in on the fun, and then we're going to get this one started. So now looking at this one, looking at VwS went to a thrilling Game 5 against TCM. And the question in my mind is, is that more TCM just being able to, TCM being a great team, or maybe VwS struggling?
Yeah,
right?
And I mean, I think that it's a little bit of both, right? TCM, they really have come out and proven themselves. Something that is huge in our Halo community. I mean, back, I remember a few years ago when some of the European teams came over, they came up a little bit short. I don't know if it was due to practice or whatever the case may be, but slowly but surely we've seen a huge uprising, and a lot of those players are extremely talented, namely Chalky. I'm sure you guys are familiar with that guy, just pulling snipes.
Oh yeah, Chalky's just killing it.
Yeah, he's a great player without a doubt. So with that said, I do think that they've definitely brought the heat this time around, notably. But at the same time, you got to look at VwS and realize, yeah, these guys have some former teammates along their side, but this is a crazy roster. I mean, I know that it kind of just came to be out of nowhere. Goofy's cool with Nated and Legit. That's how that 3 got formed. I think Miquin has just been grinding so hard that they just picked him up. I mean, they're friends, but there is that chemistry that matters.
He's fit rather well with this team. I feel like between him and Goofy, just constantly blurting things out there. I think that sets up Nated and Legit rather well. just focus on, kicking butt, slaying.
Yep.
That's what they're
And that's
good
what
at.
they do.
That's what they do.
Beast
now,
mode.
But, of course, we're going into Lockout Team Slayer. How do you feel, who do you think has the upper hand in this one? Do you think that it kind of falls in the hands of Excellence?
I mean, I have to say Excellence because of what we saw earlier today, right? We saw Excellence go up against Triggers Down, and they dominated Lockout, whether it was Lockout Team Slayer Game 5, which was, what was the final score? I think it was 50 to, in the 20s or something ridiculous.
Yeah, they staked them.
That was unbelievable, the stake.
Wait, was that? No, that was the last game type from Excellence.
That was Game 5.
So, no, they didn't get to stake them. Excellence didn't stake them.
Oh,
they
didn't?
got 30.
Okay. So they got 30. Whatever the case may be, they did
30.
a great job on Lockout Team Slayer. And not only that, but then they won Game 3.1 and Game 3.2, I guess you could say, right? Those two different games of Lockout King of the Hill. So these guys really are solid at Lockout. So I got to say that Excellence has the advantage, but you got to watch out for that teamwork from VwS, and especially Nated and Legit.
Yeah, well, guys, it's going to start up here, so let's go into the winner bracket final between VwS and Excellence, and we're going to be kicking things off with Strong Side.
All right, and you saw Strong Side just peek out on open ramp. Already saw a guy go bottom middle as well as 2 up elbow. It looks like Pistola's making his way over to the sniper tower, though, before his enemies do, so we're going to see him patrol that area.
Yeah, let's actually jump over to Pistola. He's going to get the stick to forget him, and then he tried to go for the second stick, but he didn't make it, but he ended up getting the double kill anyway. So a great play from Pistola to open up the floodgates. That's going to be 4-1 here for the red team. Excellence.
And look at that. Already have a commanding lead right now. You see Strong Side grabbing those plasma nades, trying to get ready for anyone coming top middle or bottom middle. And Pistola taking that appropriate angle to stop Nated from putting in good shots from top blue.
Yeah, Pistola's going to continue to put down some shots here. Snipe down, meanwhile, with the sniper rifle.
Baby.
Yeah, so he's going to look to take some faces off. He's going to find one right away. That was going to be a good connection there on Goofy, but he has to be very wary, though, of the shots.
Wow.
And,
that was a nice angle.
Yeah, he jumps up on that that little ledge there.
Yeah,
that
the
takes
doorway.
him up. That was pretty good, I have to say.
That's something that I've really only seen people use in 2 versus 2s because it's very exposed, but for someone to use it here and try and hit open ramp, smart play.
Well, they knew exactly where they were positioned, right? I mean, they have one guy library, one guy and snipe down, one shot. He's going to have to run away from this one.
Very smart play by him, though, not to peek back out and not to try and challenge someone. However, you didn't see anyone on VwS push top middle. It was a perfect time for them to, but unfortunately for them, they just weren't making any bold plays.
Slowing this game off there, and look at Strong Side, by the way. I got to point this one out.
That's the homie right there.
He's got himself some dual magnums. This should be pretty fun off the reload. It took a little while to reload, too, so he has to be careful about that. But interesting choice of weaponry here. I'm curious if he ran out of ammo, perhaps, in his BR.
Yeah, and that's definitely a possibility. At the same time, though, you got to realize that you're probably looking at thinking like, oh, why is he jumping? Why doesn't he just stand out in the bridge? Well, because there are plasma nades that spawn at Sniper Tower. He is completely aware that someone at Snipe 2 or Snipe 3 might be trying to stick him. So instead, he hides in library and jumps to get the angle. Very smart.
And it seems like he's going to get those get a little bit of ammo for this battle rifle. And he's going to opt to take that one out. So, yeah, it seemed like he definitely had run out of ammo on that one. That was a smart play from the veteran to actually, just know, like, hey, the pistols in this game are actually very good, honestly. And there's some pressure, though, coming from the blue
look at that.
team.
VwS coming in with that shotgun. I believe that was Mikwin.
Yep.
He pushed forward, and now I believe Snipe Down and Pistola are down, and Strong Side's just going to wait for his teammates to respawn.
Yeah, but here comes the energy sword, and that's going to be Strong Side there with the cut. Finding another player is going to be Mikwin. Nate's flying through, and he's going to move in there as well for the sword kill, and that's going to be clearing out library here for Strong Side. Great play out of him.
And he's going to look for that sniper rifle. He saw it on Mikwin's back, but it actually might have been out of ammo, so it probably just garbage collected, and now is on the respawn. Strong Side making sure that no one gets the BR tower.
Man, VwS is not in a good place at all. Score 16 presently to 9, and we jump over to Ace, a Halo 4 global champion who just netted the 17th
look at those
kill
nades.
here. The nades flying everywhere as Ace is going to get flooded, and it seems like a lot of pressure coming from Snipe Down, as a matter of fact, on the back. And it seems as if Nated now will be able to be a victim there, and Ace is going to get dropped in the mid.
And it looks like there was a huge play on top BR right there. Somewhat of an out BR. Oh, and Ace getting that nade one shot, and he gets that kill on Legit. Huge kill right there, as now he's going to respond most likely by Sniper Tower, helping out Strong Side. Oh, nope, back in library. Great setup for that, for Excellence, and we're going to see them take control of BR Tower.
Yep, and now Ace just kind of hanging around BR2. Naded with a couple kills there, legit with one as well, taking out 2 of the members, and they're trying to even this, or I should say close the gap as much as they possibly can. Currently going to be down by 8, presently legit having to run away from that one. They're spawning over by blue, and they know that they're taking full advantage of this one, Excellence is, because they have this positioning here where they're just going to keep forcing them spawning by blue, and it's just going to keep happening, and it's really, really difficult to break.
Oh, yeah, the spawn setup is just, it's on point right now. When you have guys spawning at blue, there's only a few exits, right? You can either go top blue, nice sword right there. You can either go top blue and get an angle on the top middle. You can go bottom middle from that short ramp, or you can go elbow, right? All of those 3 spots are very exposed, so it is extremely tough to get out of that blue tower spawn trap.
Yeah, but we're going to stick with Naded here because Naded actually... Oh, yeah.
Oh, it looked like a stick almost.
Yeah, it did. He is going to run away from that one, but he is going to have the sword. He ended up clearing out that snipe tower. So you're fighting from snipe, right?
Yep.
You have 3 members at the very least of Excellence lingering back by BR3 or the BR tower. What do you do here, Ghost?
So, I mean, for VwS, they're making the right play right now. If we can hop on board with Goofy, you're going to see him going bottom middle, right? Now, this is the play that he needs to make. He can either choose to hold down blue tower or just push down bottom middle. And right, he's looking, checking all the angles, making sure no one sees him sneak by. Sure enough, he gets by, now goes up open ramp. He doesn't see anyone yet, though, for the EX squad, and it looks like EX is trying to figure out where's Goofy.
Yeah, that's right, and Legit's going to be right in front of the snipe down as well, but he's going to stick him. And no, he actually didn't stick him. I think he stuck himself.
Whatever the case may be.
Whatever the case.
The kills were both, they both happened, so now Goofy's making sure that he can help out a teammate, bottom sword, doing a great job jumping up in that library bridge, but does not get the kill, and he's just trying to help out in any way he can.
Yep, that's right. So Goofy here is going to hang out right by library, and it seems to be a switch in positions here for VwS to be taking the library BR control on the other side.
Look at that little spawn pop up though. Miklin just spawned bottom blue. I don't know if he's aware, but there is an opponent on top blue tower. He gets the assassination. Huge flank right now from Miklin. He got a back whack on Ace, and now he's throwing some good nades right there on the sniper ramp, making sure that he does not get killed, but also making sure he
stay alive here.
Damage. Does he do it?
Oh my goodness, man. He's able to distract long enough to allow his teammate Legit to move in there, but the sword is going to stop that run right away. Goofy, though, is going to get cut down to size as well, and that was nothing he could do there, as the score is going to continue to extend in the favor of Excellence, 36-24.
And Excellence, they just did a great job of stopping that flank, right? They killed Miklin, but also at the same time, anyone on VwS that was trying to push across top middle, they just couldn't do it. So, again, Excellence doing a great job of playing defense.
Yep, and Naded now is I love this combo.
Look at that classic combo.
Yeah, that was always I always was a big fan of the SMG pistol.
Oh, yeah.
That was always my favorite. This one, too, SMG, well, obviously SMG plasma rifle goes without saying, and we might actually see it here. Strong Side is going to toss something down, and there goes the actually having to bail out of this one.
Barrels are up, though. You got to watch out for those. Yep. But he's staying alive. He's doing a great job right now. Naded using the geometry to his advantage, hiding behind this pillar right here. It's giving him a great look, but at the same time, he has another teammate there.
Yeah, that's right. He had to be a little careful about that one. And and he will finally get picked off. Goofy here.
And now Goofy's left by himself. He's got to face off against 3 members of that Excellence squad. Unfortunately, gets cleaned up. The teamwork is just on fire right now for Excellence.
Yep, well, let's go and hop over to Excellence. See what's up with Pistolo as a snipe over by S3. He's going to be able to get the assist on that. And waiting to see if anyone's going to challenge. His teammate Ace was killed down bottom mid.
Good stuff. Wow, it looks like either a top BR spawn or a library spawn. Either way, Snipe Down was not worried about the BR tower as he should have been. And unfortunately for Pistola, he got cleaned up without that support.
Yep, and seeing what Pistola is going to do off the respawn. There you can see the runner-up.
Great nade right there.
Champs. And yep, nade just flooding all over BR1. He does get that plasma pistol, hoping to maybe catch someone with a nuke combo. Hit markers with that nade as well, which means that player over by BR2 is going to have to back up and not challenge, maybe going to library, which is what Ola saw.
And this is a great play by him. Not only is he pushing up open ramp, but at the same time making sure to charge that combo, right? Whenever you have that plasma pistol, it has an extreme tracking ability that takes your opponent down to completely no shields. Look at that. And does he get the double? He does get one. But unfortunately for him, he could not clean up that window kill.
He ends up getting the kill on the veteran Strong Side with the sword and sniper combo. 49-31.
My
One more
goodness.
kill remaining, and that's going to do it as Excellence takes game number 1 here against VwS, who started that game off rather slow and never really found their footing.
Yeah, and at the same time, I also have to comment that, we saw Excellence versus Triggers Down earlier, right? And Excellence just shut down Triggers Down at the blue tower. There was nothing that they could do in that spawn trap. However, this time, there wasn't that dynamic, right? We didn't see someone get spawn trapped at blue. We actually saw the standard, typical snipe tower versus BR tower symmetry, right, between two teams. However, it was just the amount of pushes that VwS was making, they just didn't pan out for them every single time they were dying.